is once again Janice Padilla, and you are watching. What is this show? Today we are going to share how to make your 2024 better than 2023. With
Hey.
me is Miss Nancy. I met her during the 10X Sages workshop in Miami. And yeah, let me just introduce this fine lady that I am so inspired and I truly adore. Okay, Miss Nancy. Yeah, her full name is Nancy Lima. She's a CPA and is devoted to empowering service-based entrepreneurs to help them to minimize taxes, maximize profit. So who wants that? And build wealth to create a legacy. She's been a CPA for over 30 years. Wow, that's amazing. She's currently has her own CPA practice. That's Crystal Clear Profits INC. And she started out in auditing, and over the years of working for other companies, she began to work in taxation for businesses and individuals in 1997. Wow, wow. She opened up, yeah, in 1997, she opened up her own firm so she could have more flexibility with her family. Isn't it amazing? Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
want to save taxes. Like, I work a lot in my regular job. That's why I'm building a business to save on taxes. So, like, if you have never thought of that, this is, or 2024 is the time for you to consider building a business, right? Or like, yeah, something that you can do that you're passionate of doing. So she became a CPA in 1986. I was just 1 year old at that time. Look at this,
Ah,
she is so experienced, and yeah, she's a lot of experiences. And she got a certification in flow consulting. She's also been trained in energy coaching. Oh yeah, I love energy. Yeah, my show. Yeah, that's my business. Your energy booster. That's me. And
yes.
we really align. We are, yeah. We just attract each other because we are, yeah, energy boosters.
Yeah.
And as an Ayurveda lifestyle consultant, wow, if you want someone to teach you in how to have, like improve your self love thing,
Re-
if you've not started loving yourself, taking care of yourself, yeah, she's the best one. And of course, don't forget, you can ask her to help you with your taxes. And some of her achievements have been started have started nonprofit organizations from the ground up. Wow, have helped thousands of clients get their books organized. I need that. Streamlined and systematized. I'm so disorganized. So I need to be organized. I need your help. She helped hundreds of clients, saved hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, and now working with her older clients to preserve their wealth. And she also works with newer entrepreneurs to build their wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, meet my friend Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Janice. Wow, thank you so much for the introduction. I'm so happy to be here
I'm
because
so impressed.
this has been a lifelong passion of mine. Um, as I started out in accounting, I was like, okay, the auditing was kind of boring. The taxes are kind of, so it's like, how can I take what I know and turn it into something that I absolutely love? And so here I am today. So,
Yeah, you're just amazing. I just love your energy, and we are just, we just align. And so this is,
yeah,
I think, the best time of the year to plan for next year. If you want your 2024 to become better than 2023, this is your time. You don't, I mean, don't wait for January 1st to write your New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution is kind of overrated. We usually like I was joking like I was joking with that New Year's resolutions like, okay, we're gonna cheat this December and we're gonna change and have change our diet, right? And start having healthy lifestyle in January and just do that for 2 weeks and go back to our
Oh my
old
goodness.
habits.
Yeah.
So we do
Yeah.
that, right? We
Right.
do that. We just do it for 2 weeks, and a lot of gym memberships will be, a lot of people will enroll to the gym to get started with their healthy habits and get fit, and then, yeah, like just do it for 2 weeks or so, and
And
go back to eating whatever
yeah,
you want to. So,
that's
yeah.
that's the hard part. I think that's the part of knowing who you are and how you operate, because you want this to develop habits that you can live with and that will become permanent lifestyle things that just becomes automatic in your life. And doing the quick fixes, it doesn't work. You're only doing it just for this short period of time, but once you really understand who you are, then you say, okay, because I had that difficulty. Like that was why I learned the Ayurveda, um, because I needed to learn how to eat what foods were actually good for my body and which ones were actually detrimental to me. And based upon our seasons of life, the foods that we eat that we used to be able to eat in our 20s, no longer can we eat in our 50s because it stays on.
Right.
So, those are the kinds of things that are so important to everything you do when you are developing habits or wanting to do something. The more you understand about yourself, the easier it becomes to create those habits for lifetime. So
I totally agree with that, because if you don't know who you are and what you value and or what is important to you, then you will just run within the circle, and you will, I mean, it's so confusing. And when you don't know who you are, you don't know what you stand for and what you want for your life, you, I think, will not be able to know where you're going
exactly.
and
Yeah.
what you want to accomplish. So the first thing to know and how to make next year better than this year is first to know who you are.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
what can you say? How are we gonna know who? I mean, this is like we are like people tells us who we are.
Right, exactly. Our our
Right?
our parents did that for us. Our parents kind of like, oh, I want you to be, and I mentioned this before, like we as Asians are
Mm-hmm.
always wanting to please, always wanting to respect our parents. And so we've always done what they want us to do, not really looking at our individual personalities and recognizing your specific talents that you have, but rather, oh, I want you to be a doctor, or I want you to be a pharmacist, or I want you to be an attorney, or this is what I grew up, my mom said to me, I want you to be an accountant. So I was like,
Wow. So that's
okay,
why you're an accountant.
that's
Accountant
why
now.
I'm an accountant. And so I had to learn. I was like, okay, it was an okay job. I'm thankful for it now because it's provided me a lot of opportunities that like some people struggle to get a job. If you didn't go in the right profession, you may not have a job. What I learned was accountants and bookkeepers will never be out of a job. Every business has to account for money and you have to pay taxes. So that part was okay. But it was kind of boring. It's not something that people really, strive to go after because our accounting profession is kind of like dwindling down. But it took me a long time to figure out who I was. And I had to learn so many different things about the process of, you know, one day, like, there's got to be something more in my life. And I think everybody probably here that's watching has, like, I know there's something more for my life than what I'm doing. And it starts with understanding, like, who you are as an individual, not who other people tell you you are, but you really looking at, like, if I didn't have to work, what would I do all day?
If money is not the problem,
Problem.
what am
Right.
I doing? What do I think should I be doing? Because it's
Yeah.
always a money problem. Like, how can I pay
Ex-
my bills?
exactly. And that's another thing. We'll talk about that in a little bit,
Yes.
because it's never a money problem. Because I'll tell you, one of the things that really struck me was, if God doesn't have a budget, why do you? We are God's children. Like,
Yes.
he never gave us a budget.
No.
He,
He'll provide.
yes, he provides. So why do we have a budget? It's not that. There's no problem with money. It's just circulating, right? Money is just
There's
circulating.
plenty.
Yes, there's
There's plenty in
plenty.
supply. Yes. I
Right.
totally agree. This is so good. Okay, go on.
So, oh gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, really understanding who you are, and so it comes down to being able to talk to people, communicate who you are, to let people know, hey, these are my talents. But remember, we all, the other thing that I remember is, God designed us to be in community with each other. So we need other people in our lives. So
Yes.
when you are afraid to step out and help somebody or talk to somebody, you're actually moving yourself away from a community. And once you embrace,
Isolating. Mm-hmm.
yes, isolating. So once you become part of recognizing that, hey, God gave me this special talent and I'm to use it to share with others, then it's not difficult anymore, because all you have to do is share what your message is, how you can help them, and people will automatically want to do business with you. So it comes down to that. But going back to how I had to learn about who I was, okay, this is a strange, very strange story, but I had gone on this soulmate summit to find my soulmate. So,
Oh.
and through this series of being on somebody's email list, I get this uh, email from a group of a couple that says, "Hey, we want you to come and come be part of this community and come and be in this live, like a live conference, right?" And it was called Everything is Energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went there, it was like, oh my goodness, this is so powerful, because I had never heard about energy before. And so in there, they were moving energy with people of all sorts, because we actually, as children, we grow up with other people's energies, because we're just taking on everybody's energy, and that's kind of like how it shapes our lives. And so as we went through these series of sessions of watching people clear their energy, I thought, wow, this is really powerful. I can use this in my accounting practice for those people who have difficulty with money. Because
Mm-hmm.
as we're growing up with money, if our parents have this scarcity mindset, we grow up with that scarcity mindset.
Totally agree.
So so as I started to develop this, I learned, it's like, okay, this is working, but this is kind of strange for an accountant to be doing energy work, because it's totally opposite. So I just kind of like did a little bit on the sides as I got clients. I said, hey, can I try this on you? And I would see the working, it working. And then as I got into more of this, I thought, wow, this is really cool. So then I started studying more and learning about numerology and the Vedic astrology and how important those things are in shaping our lives as well. And
Mhm.
then I think the final thing where I started to learn about the wealth consulting was to learn about our personality profiles. And so the human design is part of it. The I Ching is part of that. There's, the Myers Briggs, all of those kind of like they have different personalities. But it was so helpful to learn this is who I am and this is how I do things. And so the pulling that all together with my numerology report and learning how to read energy and getting rid of the energy that I was holding from my mom, that's what kind of like got me started in the direction of really, I know who I am now. And I know this is where I'm headed. So that was the exciting part because once you have that together, now there's no stopping you. Because now you know who I am, what I stand for, what am I here on earth to do with the gifts that I've got? And sometimes you have to uncover those gifts because you don't really. One of the things that you don't realize is like you may be a naturally gifted speaker, or you naturally gifted like salespeople. They are naturally
Mhm.
gifted. They just automatically can do it, right? Those
Yeah.
are your special gifts, and you have to recognize that you might be a great mom, and that's all you want to do. And people say, well, oh, you're just a mom. No, this is who I am, and I am great at it. And you have to learn how to embrace those things.
Well, yeah,
So,
that's really amazing. Yeah, the parable of the talents, like,
yes.
God will not be pleased if you hide your talents because that talent is given to you to share it to the world. And so if you just keep it to yourself, this is always what I'm telling my daughter,
Yeah.
you have to share it to the world because God will not be pleased if you hide it. And yeah, knowing who you are and what you can impart and how you can impact the world really matters. And yeah, just so
Right.
how basic things that we can share to our audience on how they can start to get to know who they really are because this thing is so complex and
Yeah.
complicated and it takes a journey. We won't be able to know it right away. It will take years and years of just really digging deeper and knowing who you are. I mean, like, yeah, you have uh, invest in personal growth in, yeah, this man's search of their deeper meaning made this book of Rick Warren, The Purpose Driven Life, the most in the, yeah, he sold more than 50 million copies because, yeah, that is really what we want to know as human beings. What
Right.
are we here? What are we
What
here
is
for?
my purpose?
What
Yes.
is my purpose?
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So one of the things that I discovered when I was going through my own journey, still going through my journey, but in the very
Mhm,
beginning, I stumbled across this gentleman. His name is Roger Hamilton. Okay, he
mhm.
happened to be on this series called Money Revealed, and I said, "Oh, I align with him. I understand. He speaks my language, right?" That's important when you're trying to
Yeah,
find a mentor to make sure that somebody who understands you as well.
yeah.
So he has this whole platform. It's geniusu.com, but on there he has a platform where you can actually go in and find out what your purpose and your passions are. So
Mm-hmm.
it's genius.com. No, genius, I'm sorry,
Genius.com.
geniusu.com.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, you go in there and you take this passion test and you understand, you start to learn, okay, this is important for me. This is who I'm, that resonates with me. I found out that my passion was to reduce poverty. And so this is like, okay, this is about right, because this is what I've always been teaching in my accounting practice. I've always wanted to teach people so that they could understand their finances.
Mm-hmm.
So in there, I started at there and learning, because that passion test tells you like what your overall mission in life is, right? This is what I want to do. I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a part of this. There's like, I think it's 10 or 11, maybe 12 of the UN goals is in there. So it kind of like takes you through this test, and you can determine what your purpose or your passion is, right?
Again,
Then,
this is it's our Genius U,
uh-huh,
Genius, and then U,
uh-huh. No,
YOU.com.
just the letter U. Just the
Okay.
letter U.
I'm gonna write it here. Genius.
Yeah.
It won't be on Facebook. I don't know why, but it's showing in YouTube.
Okay.
Genius. Genius
ENUSU.com. Yeah.
Okay, so they can
So,
access that website and take a look.
right. So you can go through the passion test, right? And
Yeah.
then, and one of the other things that helped me was in the as I started to study, I studied numerology as well. So, between all of those things, I started to really understand who I was, right? But
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that Roger teaches in there also is like, you develop this, he has you take this little test to see where your genius is. That
Mm-hmm.
means where your special gifts are. Like you could be one that's a social butterfly, and you're great at these things. And then, like, I'm on the left side, which they call a steel, which is a person who really pays attention to details. And
Mm-hmm.
then, so once you understand those, you say, okay, that's why I'm not good at numbers, or that's why I have these great ideas, but I can never finish them. So
Mm-hmm.
then you start to understand who you are there, and he teaches you how to find the other supporting people that you need in your life to help you move forward, right? So that is one piece of it. Then he taught us to take what you're good at, what you get paid for, and what you enjoy doing. And he had us draw three different circles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those three circles, and then he said, in the center is your sweet spot, right? Your ikigai is what he called it. But that's where your zone of genius is. And so when you start to map out, like, okay, what do I like to do? What do I get paid for? you know and I forgot what the other ones. There's three circles, but I'll have to, maybe I'll afterwards I'll post it, and maybe
Put
underneath
it in the
the.
comment. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So there.
but in there, once you start to figure out, okay, this is my sweet spot, because there's certain things, like you may take a job where, like you were really great at, maybe say, like, I'm going to take a baker, for example, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you say, I'm really great at baking and decorating cakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody says, oh yeah, you're really good at this, but I want to move you up to manager,
Uh-huh.
because this would be good for you to move you up to that level, so you can
Uh-huh.
get paid more and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, like, all of your zone of genius is gone, because now you're
Ooh,
working in an
that's not,
area that is not good for you.
it's not aligned to you. It's not what you're
Yes,
paid for. That's not your design.
yes. And
That's
so
not what you're designed to be. Yeah.
that's why some people, they move to a position and they go, I'm not happy here. I
Mm,
hate my job now,
yeah.
and it's because they moved you out of your zone of genius.
That's
So
amazing.
Yeah, so it was all of these things that I had to learn about myself. And now that I've learned about myself, it's like now I can help other people do that. And that was why, to me, it was like, I want to help people start their own businesses because now they can use their gifts. But also, once you learn who you are, who is your supporting people that are going to help you take off with your business, then we can do that too. And so now you're going to have this totally different life that you never thought you could even have.
Wow. So understanding who you really are is
Right.
the foundation to make
Yes.
your life better. Because, yeah, clarity is power, self awareness is power. So, paying attention to not just, what gives you money and, yeah, to all this chaos around us, because there's a lot of distractions. That's why,
Yes.
that's why, like, it's really important to reflect, have some quiet time, um, meditation, and just, just even a walk in the park to just
Right.
dig deeper on you and knowing who you are, and, to just ask questions about
Yeah.
yourself, asking
Right.
yourself about yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Really. Yeah. I mean, and to start looking at who I am as an individual. And I think it's kind of hard, all our lives we're told what to do. We
True.
are never allowed to ask questions or say, no, this is who I am. And I think as we start to open up our voices and to say, this is me, whether you like it or not, that's your problem. It's this is who I am. Right?
That's really good.
This is like, yeah, I mean, that fear of speaking is like, okay, we're really like, okay, I'm just saying things. And if I'm not offending people or hurting, anybody, this is my opinion. I should be allowed to say my opinion.
Yeah.
So these are the kinds of things that I think nowadays it's starting to turn, because always we were telling our kids, okay, be quiet, shh, don't, and don't say things like that, or are you really, do you really believe that that can happen? Do you know all of those things? We're realizing it has hurt our children growing up. I mean, and those who dared to step out of that and question and move in a different direction are the ones that are succeeding now. It's those who are staying stuck there and saying, no, I can't. I was told this is who I am. Those are the people who are stuck. And we want to help change that. It's like just open your mind to really, you're a creation of God. What did he give you that's hidden and that you're not sharing with others?
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the other things that, you talked about, taking care of yourself, um, that was part of me learning the Ayurveda lifestyle. Um, I realized because I had to care for my father, um, when my mom passed away. She passed away because she was stressed from, caring for my father. And
Mm.
so as I stepped in to take care of him, my father said to me, he says, Nancy, these medications are killing me.
Mm.
And so I said, he's right. I said, because every one of those medications has a label on it. This can cause, heart problems or kidney or, and I said, I have to find something that is, that is going to help me to understand, why we have so many health problems. I always questioned, why do we all of it, everybody in the United States, almost everybody has to wear glasses. I said, why is that? I said, it can't be that we just accept the fact that we're getting older. But
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's normal because I'm getting older, so all these body pains and all
yes,
these things is okay, but yeah, it's not.
it's not because I thought God made us to be perfect, so it's like we're doing things to ourselves. So I said I have to uncover what it is. So, in my younger years, my mom would always make these Chinese herbs. I was
Uh-huh.
like, they taste terrible. I was like,
I
oh, why
know.
are you making us eat these things? And
Yeah, in the
as
Philippines we
I,
do that too.
yeah, and as I got older, it was like, oh, okay, I understand why she's making us do these things, because I started to have some health issues after I reached menopause. And it was like, well, my body doesn't work the same way as it did in my 20s. So I said, I got to take a look at this. And I started really looking into, our diets,
Mhm.
and realizing that the food that we're eating is causing our health problems. So I said, okay, time for me to learn what it is. And I stumbled across this Ayurveda, um, and started learning about it because they're eating according to your body type. And so, unless you study who you are, you won't know these are the things that you need to do to eat for your body type. And so because what happens is when you eat outside of your body type, this is where you start to have health problems. And so when you start to eat for your body type, those health problems go away. They won't totally
Interesting.
disappear. They won't totally disappear because our Ayurveda coach told us, like, once you get to the stage of cancer, it's too far gone. It's a weakness in your body, in one of the organs or something. It's a weakness. You can manage it, but it will never go away. It's like a damage, like if you had a tear in your, in something, right? It's You can kind of mend it, but you can't. That tear will always be there. So it's the same thing with our organs. As we start to take care of our bodies, the self-care is so important. Starting to take care of yourself, understanding your body type, to exercise for the right body type, and looking at how you think and how you um, do things. That was part of the Genius You, um,
Yeah.
understanding that you have these certain things that you have to do. um, it just started to fall into place for me, and it was
Okay,
like I need to do that too.
yeah,
I
but wait, okay. I'm really curious because yeah, my friend Anna here, that's nice to know eating food according to your body type. I don't know about this. How are we gonna know what's our body type and what are the foods that we have to eat according to what type of body we have? Like this is
Okay,
something new to me. Okay.
yeah. This is so. I mean, studying human beings, I didn't realize it was so fascinating to me, because
It's really fascinating.
it's very fascinating, because I absolutely love it. But because you can get to intimately get to know a person. Once you understand all these things, it's like, oh, now I can love you as a human being. It's
Yeah.
instead of fighting with somebody, oh, I disagree with you, or this, you understand who they are. You can begin to appreciate them as a human being, instead of seeing as, oh, we don't agree eye to eye. It's like, no, I
We're
see
different.
you in a different way. So, okay, so how do you go about learning about your eating for your body type? So
Mhm.
there's if you go on, any of you can type in Ayurveda. It's the way you spell it is, Ayurveda.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so you can start to, like, they have tests where you can take your body type test.
Oh, so I'll search. Is it ayurveda.com or like
No, if you just type in Ayurveda, let's see. I'm
let me
trying to think.
let me check on my phone.
Yeah.
This
Um,
is so interesting. I've
yeah.
heard about Ayurveda before because like I have like I think I think it was an oil,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah,
Uh,
AY, you spelled it correctly. Yeah. So if you just type in Ayurveda body type test, there's
body
all,
type test.
yeah, body type test. And they'll tell you like you're either a pitta, a kapha, or a vata, right? And so each of them think differently. Each of them do things differently. Like, if you might be have a friend who does things like just gets them done really quickly, right? And then there's this other person who just takes their time and they talk slower and stuff like that. It's because of their body types and who they are. And so then, like I said, as you get to know people and who they are, then you start to not get frustrated with them or upset with them because you recognize this is an individual who has this type of body type who thinks this different way, and you will get along so much better with people.
Yeah, if you've seen my contents lately in Facebook, I'm talking. I'm always talking about respecting each other's differences because we are unique individual,
Yeah.
and what I can see you might not be able to see. So like at work, we have all different personalities. Like what's important for me to be done might not be important for you. So I do this stuff, and you will see me like, is that really important? You should have do this or done this than that.
Right.
And it's just that I don't see that because that's not important for me. Like when I work as when I'm assigned as help all in our unit, I always make sure that everybody gets lunch on time. That's my priority for the day.
Right. Right.
I have co-workers or colleagues that um they're not really concerned about that.
Yeah.
When they're in
That's,
help all, they don't care. Like, they're not really, yeah, that's not important for them. And so, there will be times that I'll be frustrated, like I'm already hungry. Lunch is important for me, but you are not giving me a break yet.
yeah. Yeah. And so now, like I said, now that you know these things, you'll actually look at people differently and say, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
get it. That's okay for you. But right now, this is important for me because if I don't eat right now, I'm going to faint. Okay. So could you please excuse me and I'll go take care of what I need to do. Right.
Yeah.
Um, so, so one of the things too with the Ayurveda though was if you once you know your body type, when you start to have they have this what they call a Vikruti test, and that tells you like where your body is out of balance. Okay, because there will be things that you do that are not normal. If you're in the right, if your body is balanced and you're eating according to your body type, you will have this pleasant personality. You won't be angry. You won't have, all of these different things. So this was what was most fascinating for me. And I thought to myself, our we have to treat our whole life, our life, our finances, and our health is all related. No matter, you can't compartmentalize things thinking like, okay, my food, what I eat is not going to affect my body. It's like if you put the wrong type of gasoline in your car is not going to operate
Work.
efficiently. And
Yes.
that's how we have to look at our bodies is if we, oh, she's a
Right?
nice,
This
yes.
is so good.
Yeah, but if you eat the wrong types of foods, your car is not going to operate. Your body isn't going to operate the way it's supposed
Makes
to.
sense.
Okay, and so it, and understanding how you think is going to determine how you need to look at your food. Okay, so
Hmm.
all of it, like I said, is it once I discovered all of these things, it's like now I'm ready to go do what I'm here to do with my mission and my purpose. Um, yeah, it's so fascinating to me to
So it
study all
changed
this.
your life.
Yes, yes,
You started
absolutely.
from that journey, like knowing your personality. So if you guys want to take a look at Genius U, GENIUS U.com to check
Yes.
on what personality, right?
Yeah,
Or
you
the
have to take
passion test. Is that
yeah,
a passion test?
you have to sign up, sign up to be a part of that. But then you go in and take you can take the passion test. You just type in and it'll search. It's kind of a confusing website, but I can't remember. Once you log into there, it might be he calls them circles. They're like little communities.
Mhm.
Or you can just type in genius test or passion test, and it should have a way for you to take those. And like I said, maybe after our session here, I'll post it in the links
In
below
the comment.
of where
Yes.
you can go and learn about who you are. Because, like I said, once you learn about these things about who you are, you can take care of your body better. You can start eating better. You're going to start feeling better, and you're going to really say, no, this is me. I don't have to be somebody else, or I don't have to be somebody's shadow, or I don't have to be in somebody else's shadow. I can be myself. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So for the body type, you check Ayurveda
yeah.
test, body
the,
type
the
test.
the body type test, and then what you can do is take the Vikruti test. So it's a VIK RU
VIK
KRUTI test.
RUT test.
Yeah. And so that one, you just check off all your things, the symptoms that you have. Maybe like you have, your, yes. Um, so maybe if you get migraines all the time, or if you have, I'm trying to think what else, you get depressed. Depression is part of that. If you have skin issues, I had really dry skin. And when I started eating a lot more soups, because in the stages they have the different stages too of your life where you're like, she told us the people who are over 50 and over need to be thinking about, even though your body type is not vata, she says you're in your vata stage of life, so you
Mhm.
need to eat some of those things to nourish the vata in you, which will help moisturize your skin and everything. And when I did that, all my dry skin on my heels went away. So it was like amazing things happen, when we really pay attention to it. It also helps clear your mind and bring clarity. Like you get brain fog or things like that, you get forgetful. All of that stuff is related to the foods that we're eating. So you can start to change your whole life in 2024. You start on the right track. Yeah.
Oh, this is such a good news. This is good news. Like sometimes we get hopeless, like I couldn't change myself. I couldn't change anything. I'm just gonna die like this because there's no
No.
hope. No, no, there is hope. And when we just pay attention to who we are and what we need to do to take care of our body, our soul, our heart, our mind, then everything will just follow, right?
Right. Yes.
Energy
Oh,
will
yeah.
follow,
Absolutely.
money will follow,
Yes.
all of the things that we want for our life will follow, and we just get a lot of clarity in. Yeah,
Right.
sometimes, because like I'm just gonna insert this. This is, I mean, I'm just gonna be vulnerable about this. In the past, I would always focus on things. I mean, when I make goals, I will focus on how much I'm gonna earn,
Right.
how many people I'm gonna recruit, how many people I'm gonna sell my products to. So it's all about, earning, earning, earning. And then what I realize is, no, I should I should prioritize first what I can give. What I
Right.
can give to myself so I can pour to others, and then everything will just follow.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
just that little shift of mindset changes everything.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. But it does start, you have to start with knowing who you are and then shifting your mindset, because the mindset, we all grew up under everybody else's teachings.
Influence.
Like I sometimes now, as a when I'm thinking about something, like who made up that rule? Like even like how do we know the computer? We call it a computer, right? But
Yes.
who called it a computer? Who made up that name? Right? It's like we're listening to everybody else telling us this is what it was. Like the sky is blue. Well, how do
Mhm.
we know it's blue? It's because somebody else told us
Told
that.
us it's blue.
So we're always looking at what everybody else told us, not questioning like, well, how do we know it's blue? Well, I want to call it purple.
Yeah. Can I
Right?
change that name?
Right. But once we have enough, a like a foundation. I guess there's somebody had to set a foundation, right? So like what is healthy and what is not healthy, right? But that line between what is healthy and what is not healthy has changed.
Yes.
So
Over.
we have to know where our healthy is and what we want our healthy to look like. Because what
Mm.
we decide is healthy may not be somebody else's healthy. It's like, when I guess you could look at it, somebody who's a vegan versus a vegetarian, right? There's a distinct line, but we can't tell somebody, oh, you should be vegan or you should be vegetarian or you should be pescatarian or you should do, right? We have to let people make their own decisions. And so there's those guidelines where you have to say, okay, this is our guideline. We know we have to eat food in order to survive. So the
Yes.
foods that you eat, then you get to choose, right? And that comes back to God
Knowing.
give God give us a choice. He
Yes.
allowed us to make choices. And so the better choices we make, in our life, and knowing what we need for our individual and to serve, more people, then we're going to be on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause yeah, that's our purpose. We are not just here to live for ourselves.
exactly.
We are here to serve others. And yeah, if you want to know your purpose, that is one of your purpose. To
Yeah,
serve and to love other
right.
people.
Yeah, yeah. One of the other things that I've always looked at, because sometimes when you're looking at like, why is this happening to me? Um, I had to think about, the things that happen in my life, and I think, you know what? I got an email one day and said that people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a purpose. So every time there's something that happens, or I haven't been in touch with this person, it's like, okay, this person came into my life to teach me something, right? And so learning those things and taking that into account as part of your journey, you start to look at, wow, I should be grateful for everything that I have coming to me, whether it was good, bad, or because it was either a lesson that I needed to learn. So taking in all of those things and just really observing the whole world, you step back and you look at, wow, life is life is actually pretty good. You just have to go with, and appreciate what's happening in your life. And when you can do that, you can start to shift, even people around you will start to, interact with you differently. And if they don't come up alongside you as you elevate your life and as you improve, they'll either go away or they'll start to follow you and match what's happening with you. So yeah,
So
it's
everything happens for a reason. All things work for good to
right.
those who love God. And so yeah, sometimes we give different meanings. So it's up to what meaning we give to the situation or to the event, or how, or like how people react to us. That's gonna make us decide how are we gonna accept or perceive or react to those
Yes.
circumstances.
Yes.
It's just giving the right meaning to what's
Right.
going on around us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we tend to blame. Once we start blaming others, then that's when we start losing ourselves.
Right. And knowing that, like I said, thinking back with the Ayurveda, and like if once you start to study that, you'll know, like, if people are out of balance, they get anger or whatever, right? But we also don't know what somebody has just gone through or what they experience, so we have to have grace, to give to somebody, to say, what, look, you may be having a bad day, how can I help you, instead of getting upset at them and yelling back at them. Right.
Yeah, that's
So
very human. That's
i
very.
i know it's hard, but if you sit back and you just understand, like, hey, I'm okay, I'm at peace with everything in my, like, okay, tell me what's going on, help,
Mm-hmm.
I want to help you to get
Mm,
over what
that's
you're
good.
going through.
Yeah.
And so it changes, like I said, knowing all of these things just helps you change other people around you. You could change a person who had just a horrible bad day, or just got off the phone with somebody who yelled at them, and the conversation you have can change that whole meaning of the rest of the day for them, right? And so that's who you want to be, is you want to present yourself as your best and highest. Oh, I'll share with you one last thing. I know
Yes,
we're
go ahead.
almost running out of time.
It's
So
okay. I can
so
talk to you all day.
so
Go
one of
ahead.
the things that, as I was studying the numerology, um
Mhm.
the numbers, it's amazing too, because it's pretty spot on, to put down that information. It will really help you, tell you what your purpose is as well. um but one of the things that, and I don't know how true it is, but I think I've, it's helped me. They have this where you can figure out what your numbers are, right, every day. And so when you figure out what that number is, it's coordinated to a color. And so when you are wearing those colors, you are vibrating at your highest level. So
Whoa, it's interesting. Really interesting.
very interesting. So I started doing that 5 years ago. I started doing that. And so every day I'm wearing a color that is where I would be at my highest vibration. And so, like I said, I don't know how true it is, but really it's about mindset too, I think. Your mindset is everything, it tells,
Amen.
yeah. Yeah. So it was like, no, I'm out here to spread joy, to be of service to people. That's what I know I'm here to do. So, yeah. But
So, yeah, go ahead. Go, go.
no, but if you incorporate all of these things, you're definitely going to have a better 2024, because you're paying attention. You're more conscious of what you eat. You're more conscious of who you are as an individual. You're on purpose looking for, what is my next thing? What am I here to do? And that's your journey of discovery is a lifelong thing. And if you just focus on that and start to uncover things, you actually have more fun. I mean, that's why I have so much fun, learning about people. It's like, tell me about you. I want to know what excites you, right? And that, like, yeah. And
What
then
motivates you? What sets your heart on fire?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So, yeah, this is pretty simple. Not a lot of thing to do to make 2024 better than 2023. In fact, this is so practical, right? Just looking for ways to know who you really are and what are your values, what are the things that are important to you, what are you here for, what can you do to create an impact to other people, what can you do to make someone smile. Just
yeah,
as simple as
yeah,
that. And when you focus on pouring on you so you can pour on others, everything will just follow, right, Miss Nancy?
right, yeah, yeah. And if you're looking to make a change and you want to start your business, as you go into Genius U, you will see, I think he explains about the Ikigai and about how you can bring your talents, know where your talents are to really excel. Like if you hate your job, like what do you do best at, and move in that direction. Don't be afraid, because when you're working in your zone of genius, things are easy. And when you're out, that working out of your outside of your genius zone, that's where you become also where your body becomes out of balance, and that's where you start to have health issues. So like I said, paying attention to all of that stuff makes a big difference.
I know. And yeah, paying attention to all of that stuff about yourself is already a lot. Yeah,
Hmm.
because there's a lot of aspect, like your life, your relationships, your career, your health, your finances,
Right.
and yeah, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys, yeah, just this thing that you can start applying. You can start it today.
Yes.
There is, I mean, because when are you gonna do it? If it's not now, then when? Like getting started today for a better 2024 will take you ahead from everybody. If
Right.
you're watching this, then you are ahead, and congratulations for, yeah, just learning all of this stuff, because this stuff I don't know too. So we're just all in this together. And yeah, before we wrap up, Miss Nancy, I know your specialty is in accounting. Um, I mean, some of the things people can consider so they can save money next year from their
Hmm.
taxes is to build their business, right? Or like
Right.
home-based business, whatever it is. I want you to share to us or with us. So like, people listening may consider this, or they have already maybe they're already thinking about this, but they just really don't know about the benefits, because sometimes it's just that I'm working a lot and I'm paying a lot of taxes, so better not work a lot. That's employees, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can work a lot, but we just have to help you minimize those taxes, because there's tax planning that you can do to minimize your taxes. So, but I am hosting a webinar
Yes.
that's going to be coming up on Friday, December the 8th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, talking about the 2023 tax law changes. And then I'm actually creating an online course that's going to help entrepreneurs start their businesses. So that is going to be coming out probably sometime mid-January. So that will be another way that you can start to, change things in your life if you want to make a change and say, I've always wanted to do this, and I just have never had the um, know how to do it, or even the understanding of like who I am, where I'm going, and what my purpose is. That's going to help you, uh, stay tuned. But you can check out those things at my website at crystalclearprofits.com. And yeah, this was great. I enjoyed having this interview conversation with you. It was fun. I mean, like I said, I hope you guys got a lot out of it and start to really look at who you are and understand who you are. And
Yeah, because knowing without doing won't do a thing, won't move the
Right.
needle. So
Yeah.
we have to know, and as well as we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you guys are curious, I mean, I can certainly do, I could always put a link down there. I just do it for fun, but I bought this numerology program
Yeah. Yeah.
that if
So
you ever wanted your numerology report, like you can email me and say, hey, I want a numerology report. On you just have to give me your date of birth, your birth name, and the name that you use currently. Um, and then I can run a numerology report on you to tell you who you are. I mean, I was shocked when I saw mine. I was like, oh, okay, dang. I guess that's who I am. That's who I was really. I'm supposed to be showing up as, and so I started to step into that.
yeah, so
So
I need that one too. I
yes,
wanna work on that too. We are gonna put the details in the comment.
the links.
I'll
Yeah.
put it, yeah, yeah. I'll put it later after the show, so you can access on it, because I don't know. It's the comment section here. It's not letting me post in Facebook too. It's just YouTube.
Okay.
So send me the links, Miss Nancy, and also share your webinar. Um,
Okay.
on Friday, in order for them to know, like, the benefit, or like, the just we need to know about these taxes, because I
Right.
mean,
Right. Okay.
that
Yes.
we're earning, and we can just give it away, and without knowing, like,
Right.
we can save, like, this. It's We're talking about money, we're talking about the
Yes. Like
hours
really,
that
what's
we're
deductible?
working. I even have like a joke one day with my colleague. I was like, um, okay, so I'm working now, and also paying Mr. Sam, but I don't see Mr. Sam here helping me with
Yes.
with my job.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
And Uncle Sam, where are you? I need you. You're taking a part of this
Yeah.
per hour. So it's really
Yeah.
great to know how we can save from taxes. It's gonna help us a lot. And where can people find you, Miss Nancy?
They can find it. I'm on Facebook. It's Nancy Lima. Well, my business page is Nancy Lima of Crystal Clear Profit. But you can connect with me on my personal page because, like, I post fun, things on there as well. And then my website is crystalclearprofits.com. So yeah, there you can subscribe to my newsletter. I am posting. I have a blog there that I'm now posting about, not waiting until the end of the year before it's too late. Because right now you have the opportunity to do some tax planning. So that's where I want to help people get organized and help, because taxes is not the most fun thing, I know. And so some people wait and procrastinate, like, oh, I have to do that dreaded stuff. So I just sent out a blog this morning about, getting yourself organized and helping, do a little at a time so it doesn't become overwhelming come April 15th. So this allows you to kind of like start to think about organizing the things and getting things ready for 2024, like cleaning out your files and organizing stuff like that. So I'm an organizer as well as like to streamline things. And so yeah, that the more the longer you have time to do these things, the less stress you are, which is we all have to
Takes
take
time.
away, get stress out of our life. Yeah. So
So yeah, it takes time. Yeah.
yes.
So I
Yeah.
need that. I need to subscribe in your
Yes.
newsletter, because I need to know about these taxes. And you guys, this is free stuff.
Yes.
Visit
That
crystalclearprofits.com and subscribe to her newsletter so you can save money. We need to start saving money next year. And
yeah.
that's another thing, that and how we can make next year better. We'll save more money next year. We'll become a better person next year. We'll get to know ourselves better next year. And that
Yeah.
makes us ahead of everybody. But always remember, we are here on a journey. We can never be better than anyone. We're just all in this together. And yeah, we're just in the different journey or season in our life. What is important is we are growing as the
Yes.
days go
Yeah.
by.
And maybe what you could do is even have people post, the wins that they have in all of the stuff that they're applying, that they're learning, and
Yes.
they can start applying that and posting in there to, build a community. Hey, let's make, just tomorrow better than it was today. Every single day we'll see the progress, and pretty soon you look back and say, wow, look at what I've done in a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, we can do that. I can create a Facebook community, a Facebook group or page, where we can all connect and be accountable to each other. Because
Yeah.
if nobody's accountable to us, then we will never advance. So we need to have somebody like, okay, I said that I'm gonna do this, and so I'm gonna do this because you're gonna check on me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely need that community, and we're gonna start that. We're
Yeah.
not waiting for 2024. We're gonna begin.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna begin right after this show. And if
Okay.
you're watching this replay, let me know what's your greatest takeaway. What's like something that's like wow, your aha moment. That you have taken out from this content. And yeah, is there anything that you would like to share to them, Miss Nancy? I am so happy, and what a pleasure and honor to have you as my first. I think this you are my first guest in show. So yeah,
Thank
your
you.
Energy Booster
Uh,
Academy. I am so happy, and yeah, thank you so much. I
yeah,
really
well, thank you for having me. This was very fun. Like I said, I love sharing this because it was a journey that I had to go through. And it's like, if I can go through this and teach people about this, I want everybody's life to change for the better. So
that's my
I'm
go-to.
very grateful for you inviting me. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, we're all in this together. We are doing this to help everybody transform their lives, as we, like we are helping who we used to be in the past, and we don't want you to stay there and get stuck. So come join us in this journey.
Yeah.
I
All
love
right.
you all, and thank you
Thank,
so much, Miss Nancy. Again, I'm so grateful.
thank you.
Have a good rest of the day, everyone, and feel free to share this live stream or content to your loved ones if you think this is useful. I love you all, and God bless.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.